on you. You look baddest in your crew, now you look baddest. I done seen how you fit that ass up.
Let me be completely honest with you because I feel like nobody in the manifestation community is talking about this much, and this actually needs to be talked about. See, you've been doing all the work, you've been affirming, scripting, you've been doing everything right, you've been keeping yourself positive, and you have been showing up for your manifestation consistently and with everything you have. And then you open your eyes. The 3D is still the same. Your SP is still not texting. The money still hasn't showed up. The weight still hasn't dropped off of you. And the situation still looks exactly the way it looked before you started. And that little voice in your head starts whispering, maybe this is not working. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. And I need you to hear me right now. That voice is lying to you. The 3D is going to be the last place that your manifestation is going to show up. When you see right now is not the truth of what is coming. It is just the old reality finishing its exit and navigating that gap. See, that space between what you see and what you know is coming, that is the most important skills in manifestation. And that is exactly what we're talking about today. This video is from one of my subscribers. She wanted me to do a video on how to navigate through the 3D, especially when the 3D is showing you something that you're not manifesting. You're manifesting your SP to commit to you, but he's showing up in a way that's not what you want. You're manifesting to have a lot of money in your account, but your bank account is in a negative zero. So, this video today is going to be for you. Hey Manifestation Baddies, we are back with another video, and I am your girl Jackie, one of your favorite Manifestation Baddie, and this is where baddies come to manifest their best life. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I just want to tell you welcome home. You found this video for a reason, and if you're a returning baddie, you already know what the vibe is. You already know how we get down. We don't play it small over here. We do the work, and we receive everything that God has for us without having to shrink us. So let's go ahead and get into this. The 3D. The 3D is still probably going to test your faith. It's still probably going to test you, but you cannot get caught up in the 3D. This is where the 3D is actually telling you lies about what you're manifesting. It's showing up in the opposite. So let's first things first, I'm going to explain to you what the 3D actually is because I want us to be on the same page before we even get into this and before we navigate it. See, the 3D or the third dimension is simply your physical reality. It's everything that you can see, hear, touch, and experience with your five senses right now. Your bank account, the notifications on your phone, the behavior of the people that surround you. See, the circumstances of your life as they currently appear. And here's the thing about the 3D that most people don't understand. The 3D is always going to show you the past. It's always going to show you the results of what you previously believed, previously felt, and previously assumed just to be true. It's like looking at old pictures. The photo is real, but it's not in the current moment. So it's not real now. So when you start doing your manifestation work, when you start scripting and affirming and you're shifting your assumption, your 3D may not change overnight because it's still catching up to your new inner state. And that gap between your new inner world and your old inner world, that is what we call navigating the 3D. See, this has been talked about, this has been studied. You do not be moved by what you see. You got to be moved by what you know and what you know in your spirit, your subconscious, in the place where your manifestation already exists. See, it's what you desire is already yours. And the 3D, sometimes it's just slow. It's not resistant. It's not working against you. It's just catching up. And see, your job and your only job, it is not to let it talk you out of what you already know. See, sometimes the 3D hits so hard and it hits so hard emotionally that it takes a toll. Because see, nobody talks about how hard it is to hold your vision when the 3D is screaming something different. Like you can know all the theory, You can understand the law of assumption, and you can have watched hundreds of manifestation video. And then your SP posts a picture with someone else, or your bank account hits zero, or the situation gets worse instead of better. And all of that knowledge goes right out the window because the pain is just real, it's there. And can I just say that it's okay because we're all are humans. Feeling the pain of what the 3D is showing you does not make you a bad manifester. It does not mean you have failed. It does not mean that you don't believe enough. It just means that you're a real person with real feelings navigating something genuinely hard. And I think this manifestation community sometimes skips over that part. Like, we're just supposed to smile and affirm through everything without ever acknowledging that sometimes the journey is painful. Like, we're supposed to affirm through the fact that your SP just posted a picture of him and another person. We're supposed to affirm through the fact that your light bill is due tomorrow and your bank account has a negative zero. We're supposed to affirm through the fact that you've been trying to lose weight, but you just stepped on the scale and you done gained 10 pounds. So I want to be that friend who sits with you in it for just a second. Before I tell you what to do, I just want to say give yourself grace. Allow yourself to have grace. You're human at the end of the day. And what you're feeling is valid. And you do not have to pretend that it's not hard because, hey, it is. Okay, I've been there. I know. I'm not going to tell you everything's all peaches and cream. I'm not going to tell you that. Yes, if you're manifesting and that 3D shows you something weird, shows you the opposite, yes, it's hard. You may cry. Your feelings may be hurt. You may spiral. Yes, you're human. But you got to know something. You have the power to move through it. You have all the tools you need. And you have a community of people right here in the Manifestation Baddie that's navigating the exact same thing right alongside of you. You have me, bestie. I'm rooting for you. I'm manifesting for you. So, we're going to talk about what you need to be doing when the 3D is just lying to you. Step 1, I want you to stop using the 3D as your evidence. The very first thing that you have to do is stop using it as that way. Stop using it as that's the truth. Because, see, most people are doing this without even realizing it. They look at the 3D and they decide based on what they see whether their manifestation is working or not. SP has not text, must not be working. Money hasn't showed up, must not be working. Situations look the same, must not be working. But that's backwards because your manifestation exists in the 4D, the inner world, before it shows up in the 3D. So if you're using the 3D as your proof, you are already going to be one step behind your own manifestation. Instead, I want you to use your inner world as your evidence. How does it feel when you affirm? Does something inside you shift when you script it? Is there a quiet knowing underneath all the doubt? That is your evidence. The inner knowing is the manifestation already exists before it arrives in the physical. Step 2, acknowledge that the 3D is here without accepting it as permanent. I want you to acknowledge what it's showing you. This is such an important decision. Acknowledging is not accepting it. You can look at your current circumstances and say, okay, I see you. This is what the 3D is currently showing me. And this is not my final reality. This is the old story just finishing its run. A practical way to do this is just to use what I like to call a bridge statement. Whenever the 3D shows you something that you do not want, I want you to say this out loud to yourself. This is what the 3D is currently showing me, but my inner world tells a different story, and my inner world always wins. Say that every time. Acknowledge it without giving it power over what's coming for you. And keep yourself aligned in faith. Know that whatever you're manifesting is already yours. It's already yours. It's already here. Step 3, I need you to live in the 4D on purpose. Start living in the 4D, in the inner world, in the reality where your manifestation already exists. And this just means that your morning affirmations are not optional. Your scripting is not optional. Your visualization at night is not optional. These are not just nice things to do when you feel like it. These are your daily practice that keep you anchored to your desired reality, especially when the 3D is trying to pull you back into the old one. Every single morning before you check your phone, I want you to spend 5 minutes living in the end state. Close your eyes, feel it as being real to you. Feel the peace that you have, the joy that you have, the relief that you have. Just let the feeling be the first thing you feel as soon as you wake up, before the 3D gets a chance to pour into you. And see, because whichever world you spend the most time in, the 3D of lack or the 4D of abundance, that is the world that your outer reality is going to conform to. Step 4, trust the process. Trust God. Trust the universe. Trust is going to be your word. Trust. Trust God, trust the universe, trust yourself with the gap between your inner world and your outer world. Because, see, that gap is not empty. It's always working, it's always moving, it's always arranging itself. It's setting things up in a way that you can't see or you can't orchestra on your own. So you have to walk by faith and not by sight. For the moment when the 3D does not match the promise, you have to keep yourself in the 4D. Keep yourself knowing that every single time you script, every single time you affirm, every single time you visualize, trust it. This is not weakness, okay? This is the most powerful thing that you can do. This is what's gonna help your 3D show up in the way that you're manifesting. Okay, before I get to this, I want to tell you about 2 things that going to help you stay consistent with everything that we just talked about. First, the end of this month, we'll be closing out the Pen Pal Collective. So this is a free community program just for anyone that's in the baddie community. And this basically where members are paired together just to write real physical letters to each other as their future self, as the person who already has everything that they're manifesting. It's what I like to call scripting in real life, with accountability, with community, with people who are doing the work right alongside of you. So if you haven't signed up, go ahead and email me now so we can go ahead and get this closed out by the end of this month. And don't wait, okay? Second, I've been quietly putting together something real special for you guys. And I already have it posted. If you want to really call in your desires, we have scripting journals, we have bundles, I have one-on-one coaching. So if you need any of those things, check the link in my description, okay? These are available for you right now because, see, you deserve to have all the tools that actually work for you in your hands. And I made them just for you, for this community, because here we don't play it small. We get everything that we want because that's just the way it is. That's what we said, and that's how it's going to be, okay? All right, baddie gangs, let's bring this on home because here's what I need you to remember. The next time the 3D tries to shake you, stop using the 3D as your evidence. Your inner world is the truth. Acknowledge what you see without accepting it as permanent. Use your bridge statements, your umbrella affirmation. Live in the 4D on purpose every single morning, every single day. The more you can live in that reality, the more it's going to show up in your 3D. Trust, because it's something that's always moving, whether you see it or not. It's always working, even if you cannot see it, okay? And I want to talk to the people who has been holding on by a thread. When you start affirming, affirm as the things that you want. You've been affirming through the tears. You've been scripting while your hands been shaking. You've been doing your visualizations while your mind was racing without doubt. I know, been there, I see you. You've been showing up for your manifestation consistently on the days when it felt completely pointless. And I want you to know something. The fact that you're still here, still watching videos, still scripting, still speaking your affirmations, that, my friend, is what we call faith. That's the kind of faith that's going to move mountains. That's the kind that does not quit 5 minutes before the miracle. You're closer than you think. And I genuinely believe that. And I'm not just saying it to make you feel all good. I'm saying it because I have seen what happens when a person refuses to let the 3D have the final word. I have seen the shifts. I've been through the breakthroughs. I've seen them. And I believe with everything in me that yours is coming. So, all right, if you haven't, drop me a comment. Let me know one thing in the 3D that's been showing up so we can get you a powerful affirmation. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And make sure you turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Baddie Gang, I love you more than you know. Let me let you know that you have a friend in me because we're besties. A real friend who is rooting for you, who's manifesting for you, who's praying for you, who believes in you, even on the days that you struggle to believe in yourself. The 3D did not have the final word.